get ready to be informed, engaged, and entertained as IPJ the Podcast takes you on a roller coaster ride through the dark undercurrents of our world. Welcome to the revolution of unmasked truth, brought to you by the brilliant mind and unwavering passion of IPJ's Matthew Gonzalez. Now, here's Matthew.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of IPJ the Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Gonzalez, and tonight we'll be reviewing a short segment of the Los Banos City Council meeting from October 18th, 2023. One thing to note, the Los Banos City Council members recently changed the time when their meetings are from 7 p.m. to 6 p.m. This was so that they could ensure that the people who are more engaged in the process with the city would not be able to make or attend the meetings, thereby holding them accountable. But thankfully, those people are able to make it, but barely. Some aren't. Some are not able to make it. I've gotten messages from a few folks who would love to attend the meetings, but unfortunately they can't make it without trying to speed through traffic or get into an accident or something, because they get off at certain times. Everybody works. So that 7 p.m. Time for the meetings to start is crucial. And you, the public, it's your city council. You vote these people in. Force them to to set the time so that you can be there in order to hold them accountable. All right. So here's a short video from Graciano Rubio. He's a local business owner there in Los Banos, California, and he put this video together. It's his 5 minutes of speaking to the Los Banos City Council meeting last night, October 18th, 2023, and this is what he brought forward. And you really must listen to this, and I'll put up some information as well while he's explaining, okay? So let's take a look at him explain this, what's going on and what he understands and what he sees. All right, here we go.
People are not here today because of newspaper articles. People are here today because they have questions. Questions that should have simple answers. Questions that continue to be ignored even after submitting an official public records request. At the end of the last City Council meeting, Councilmember Lewis raised concerns over the amount of money the city is paying to the interim finance director. But the amount of money is only one red flag of many. According to the official contract for BWK Consulting, the cost to the city for the interim finance director should be approximately $15,000 per month. In the check register that's part of the consent agenda tonight, check number 241245 is for $26,751.90, or about 78% more than the contract estimate. Red flag number 2, the official contract is to BWK Consulting, but checks appear to be written to the finance director in his personal name instead of BWK Consulting.
Personal name?
Red flag number 3, I have here the staff report and the proposal from BWK Consulting that was included in the agenda packet for the meeting where this contract was approved. According to the staff report, the city solicited BWK for their services. This proposal did not come from a response to a public bid or from a recruitment service. I made an official public records request asking for a copy of BWK Consulting's official contract, as well as a copy of their registration with the state, something businesses applying for a business license in Los Banos are required to provide.
Yes.
But the second part of my request was ignored, and no explanation was given for why it was ignored. I will presume that it's because the city does not have a copy of their registration, because no due diligence was performed on BWK Consulting. Red flag number 4. At the end of that proposal, there is a personal email being used by the representative of BWK Consulting. Most financial professionals would never use their personal email to conduct business, only their professional email.
Yeah.
Not only because of the potential appearance of hiding information, but because regulations for most sectors of the finance industry require that you archive your emails.
Right, record keeping.
Red flag number 5. The California Secretary of State website shows that BWK Consulting does not have a current registration.
Oh.
Its current status is suspended, and thus the company is unable to legally conduct business. That status took effect back in 2010. Because of the 5-minute time limit, I will stop with just those 5 red flags and end with a question. Is the company the city has contracted with to manage the city's finances, including the allocation of ARPA funds and the Small Business Assistance Program, legally able to conduct business? This question needs to be asked because the Secretary of State website clearly states that the answer is no, and that the contract to BWK is fraudulent. Before you approve that check register night, you should be confident you're not approving fraudulent checks.
Wow. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, but we only have so much time, so let's go through it quickly. You saw me put up the information up on the screen as he was talking about it. This is public information. It's on the Los Banos City Council's website. In their meetings, there's a PDF that you can download, and all this information is there. So it's not like Mr. Rubio's making any of this up. It's all there. He went through the check register like all of you should be doing right now, especially in light of, or in lieu of what's going on. They just handed $1.8 million to a guy who has no experience as your city manager. I mean, I don't understand why you guys aren't there packing that Los Banos City Council meeting hall area with signs and protest demanding that little turd, Joshua Pinhead, returns that $1.8 million plus interest to the county taxpayers. He obviously does not deserve it. He's got some little buddies on that committee, on that council there, and I'm sure he's probably got, what is it, Haas? Our old Haas buddy? Hostetler? He's probably got Hostetler up there deep somewhere too, if you know what I mean. Anyways, there's a lot going on there at the Los Banos City Council meeting. Boom. Check register. Boom. Personal checks. Boom, to this company that doesn't even exist no more. Boom. Why were they making out personal checks to this guy who's supposed to own a company because the company is no longer in existence? Didn't they ask the guy or this company, why are we making out a personal check to you instead of to your company? Why didn't they even do the due diligence, as, you know, Mr. Rubio pointed out, in researching to ensure that this was a legit company before they hand over taxpayer dollars information to this company, having them handle your taxpayers' dollars? I'm sorry. Yanez is a security consultant. He owns a security company. And he doesn't even know that the city should be looking into and scrutinizing the background of any company that is handling taxpayer dollars. He needs to fire himself from his company. Yanez, you're a joke. The whole city council, except for this Miss, I don't want to mess up her name again, but it's Deborah. She is the one who is out there, District 4, Deborah Lewis. She's the one out there asking the questions that need to be asked and getting information to ensure that your pocketbook, your taxpayer dollars are being used in the best ways possible and not just being kicked down to the best buddies, and as much of your taxpayer dollars as they possibly can. Look what they handed to that Pinhead, 1.8 million of your taxpayer dollars. Imagine what that could have funded in your beautiful city. Imagine that. So come on, Los Banos. Stop sitting there. Get off your butt. City council meetings, look them up on the internet, get out there, have some fun, throw down a taco fest. It's Tuesday, so maybe even, make an event out of it, have a little cookout, afterwards, after the city council meeting. Have some taco trucks out there, get together and talk about things. Make it more communal, make it fun. And show these city leaders how you want your city to be led, and not how you want it to continue what's been happening with Tommy Jones and with, Hostetler and Mark Pazin, and I could tell you on and on and on about all the corruption that's gone on because you are too focused on important things in your life. And that's understandable. You're not the one you elected to lead your city. But you've got to keep an eye on your elected leaders, because if you don't, they're going to take advantage of you. And in Los Banos, they are. For IPJ the Podcast, I'm Matthew Gonzalez. Thank you for watching. And remember, folks, it is your voice, so use it.